What's going on, folks? Your host, Steve, back again with my review of The Last Voyage of the Demeter. The Last Voyage of the Demeter is directed by Andre Overdahl, whose previous credits include The Autopsy of Jane Doe, Troll Hunter, and most recently, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Beware of spoilers in this video, so if you have not seen the movie yet, go watch it and then come back for my thoughts. It is rated R with a runtime of 1 hour and 59 minutes. The crew of the merchant ship Demeter set sail from Carpathia to London to deliver a cargo of 50 unmarked wooden crates. However, they soon discover they're not alone, as Dracula's unholy presence turns the trip into a nightmarish fight for survival. It's clear that Overdahl is getting much more confident in his direction of horror. The setting is in one location, and the claustrophobic nature definitely sets the tone well. He was quoted saying that he wanted to make something akin to Alien, but with Dracula instead, and I felt he succeeded in that. The performances are also top-notch. Corey Hawkins is our lead. He plays a doctor named Clemens who finds himself on board the Demeter. And right away, you get a lot of depth from his character throughout. And Corey Hawkins is a great leading man, and he handled his performance with grace. Liam Cunningham from Game of Thrones, who plays Captain Elliot in this film, is also great, as he plays a very weary captain looking to retire after this last voyage. But sadly, that would never come to pass. David Dastmalchian also is in the film, and he plays First Mate Voyage. Dastmalchian is such a versatile actor, and he can play any role that you ask him to play. I remember first seeing him in The Dark Knight, and he's surprised me every single time since then. His portrayal of a steadfast seaman trying to keep his crew from losing it is done so effectively, and I very much enjoyed his performance. Finally, we have Javier Botet, who plays Dracula, and I must say, he was quite terrifying. He has different forms throughout the film, and each one that I saw was a little more unsettling than the last one. He looks very emaciated. His teeth are monstrous and jagged. His skin is pale. He definitely was a monster taking the form of a man. The lore behind him was very interesting as well, and left me curious to know more. I thought the music was also a standout. I didn't realize until the credits rolled, though, that it turns out Bear McCreary did the score for this, which made me realize why I liked it so much. His scores for Game of Thrones and especially God of War are of note. I do have some negatives. There were some story choices made that I felt were kind of rinse and repeat in nature. And what I mean by that is every night someone dies from Dracula feeding on them. Then when the daytime scenes follow, the remaining crew are at a loss as to what's going on, but don't actively search the ship until later in the film. Also, when they find out who it is they're dealing with, they wait until nighttime to look for him. Why not just look for him during the day when he's most vulnerable and prevent more crew from dying? So the story didn't quite make sense to me in those moments. Also, the end of the film sees Clemens on the hunt for Dracula in London. It seems this might be setting up a sequel or a franchise, which I hope is not the case. But I was thinking of it more in terms of sort of a continuation point into the remainder of the novel. So if you think of it on those terms, it makes for the ending much more palatable in that way. So don't think of it as some sort of, kickstart of a new franchise. Outside of that, I thought this rendition of the Dracula story, or rather an untold part of the story, was very well done by director Andre Overdahl. The film didn't feel too long or too short, and the cast, setting, and use of Dracula as this terrifying beast, it was a fantastic combination. I'm giving it a score of 4 out of 5. But now it comes down to you guys. What did you think of it? Have you seen the film yet? What's your favorite portrayal of Dracula that you've seen on screen? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel where I talk about movies and games. Until next time, folks, keep it classy and keep it geeky.